Hello, it's Simon Zutshi here, and in this video I'd like to talk about mortgage holidays and should you take them or not. Now this might be a bit of a controversial topic. I might upset some people in this video, but that's not my intention. My intention is to share with you my thinking on this and to give you a bit of a warning. So just to give you a bit of back history here, as you know, when the COVID-19 pandemic hit the UK and the UK went into lockdown, the government suggested plans that tenants would be able to have a 3-month rent holiday and that landlords would be able to have a 3-month mortgage holiday as well. Now, there was a bit of a knee-jerk reaction to this, as you might expect, and many tenants said to landlords, oh, I can't afford to pay, I want to have a holiday. I think some of them didn't realise that it was a deferment of payment. It's not a rent-free period. And also a lot of landlords thought, actually, if I don't have to pay my mortgage, I don't want to pay my mortgage, and applied for a mortgage holiday. Now, as a result of this, many of the lenders literally closed their doors to new applications because they had to divert many of their staff who were dealing with new applications onto dealing with the tens of thousands of landlords who applied for mortgage holidays. Now, the concept behind a mortgage holiday is actually quite good. What the government's saying, look, we understand if you're struggling to pay your mortgage, you can have a mortgage holiday and that defer the payment and it'll be added to the end of your loan. Obviously, you do need to pay it back, but we want to help you in these difficult times. And they encouraged all the lenders to adopt this policy. And many, many landlords went for it. Now, I completely understand if you've had tenants who are stopping paying the rent. That's a pretty concerning thing, and obviously paying your mortgage is really, really important. You don't want to adversely affect your credit rating by not paying your mortgage. And the government very clearly said, and the lender said, that if you go for these mortgage holidays, it won't have an adverse effect on your credit rating. They were very clear about that, and I think that's probably the case. So many landlords applied for them. Now, it might be because the landlords had tenants not paying and they couldn't afford to pay the mortgage. But I think a lot of landlords thought, great, if I don't have to pay the mortgages, I'll have extra cash flow coming in. That's a good thing. I'm just not going to pay the mortgages. And I think, and I might upset some people here, but I think that's a bit of a mistake. And let me explain my rationale. And it appears that my concerns are now becoming reality. And I was worried about this. You see, if you are a property owner, a landlord, and you have more than 4 properties, you are considered to be a portfolio landlord. And what that means is whenever you go for a remortgage, a further advance, or even a purchase of another property, the lenders want to understand about your existing portfolio. They want to understand about the loan to value. They want to make sure the rent cover is enough to make sure you can afford to have these extra properties. And maybe that's a good thing to make sure people are not overexposing themselves and they can afford the commitments they're making when taking out new finance. But the problem is this. If you have previously gone to your lender and said, oh, I can't afford to pay my mortgages, can I have a mortgage holiday, please? Although it doesn't adversely affect your credit rating, if I was a lender, I'd be thinking, well, hang on a minute, do I really want to give this person more finance if they were struggling with paying their mortgage after 1 month of being into this lockdown? And so I think, and for the last 2 months, I've been saying on some of the webinars, and I've been telling my clients, if you don't have to take a mortgage holiday, I would recommend not taking a mortgage holiday. If you need it, of course, take it. But if you don't need it, I would say just don't take it. Now, I've been speaking to several brokers this week, and they're telling me that many lenders are now saying, if you've taken a mortgage holiday, we don't really want to lend to you, because they're concerned about your ability to afford to pay the mortgage. And that's a very genuine concern. So I think a lot of people who've maybe taken out mortgage holidays as a bit of a knee-jerk reaction are now having a bit of a problem because the lenders are concerned about lending more money to them. So what can you do about this? Well, if you haven't taken them out, no problem at all. If you have taken them, I think if you can afford to pay the mortgages, I would contact the mortgage company saying, look, it wasn't as bad as I thought. I maybe reacted too quickly. I'd like to pay the mortgage off, and I want it put on my file that I've actually completely paid those back earlier than expected and I'm up to date. I think this might help you move. Now, I can't give you financial advice. This is advice that mortgage brokers have given to me, and I'm just passing it on to you. And I think there's a couple of things here, a couple of learning points. The first one is, there's a great quote, and forgive me, I can't remember who said it, about when you're making a decision that's a permanent decision, that has a permanent impact, make sure you're not making it regarding a temporary situation. So don't make permanent decisions about temporary situations. That's the first thing. And the other thing is, in my book, Property Magic, which I published initially back in 2008, it's now the 6th updated edition because the market keeps changing, so we keep on updating the book. I talk about the 5 golden rules. And golden rule number 5 is you must always have a cash buffer. Some money or some facility put aside that you can use to cover unexpected expenses. Now, obviously, no one ever thought this pandemic would happen as badly as it did. So when I wrote the book, I was talking about things like if a tenant maybe isn't paying the mortgage and you have to get them evicted and they cause a bit of damage that's not covered by insurance, you're going to have to cover the mortgages, the bills, everything till you get them out, the cost of getting them out, and once they're out, maybe spend a bit of money getting the property back up to scratch so you could rent it out quickly and easily. So you need to have some money put aside. Now, it could be some money in a bank account, the cash buffer. It could be a credit card facility. And if you look at what's happened right now, if you are struggling to pay your mortgages because tenants weren't paying you, the lenders will accept credit cards to make your mortgage payment. Now, that's not a long-term solution. Obviously, ideally, you need to pay those credit cards off, but at least it's a short-term thing to help your cash flow to make sure you pay your mortgages, which is one of the most important things you need to do if you're a property investor. Please, please prioritize paying your mortgages on time in full. Now, if you miss a mortgage payment, the lenders will contact you, let you know, and as long as you make up that payment, usually before the end of that month, it may not actually appear on your credit rating. So you can use a credit card or something to make a payment to make sure you're clear, and that then means that your credit score is intact and you can get finance moving forward. So I might have upset some people in this video. If I have, I apologize for that, but I think I just need to share with you. Be careful about making knee-jerk reactions when things happen. Use a bit of thinking time. Consider, do I really need to do this or not? And hopefully you can learn from these lessons. If you haven't read Property Magic, or if you have read it, go back and reread it. Make sure you understand the 5 golden rules. The 5 golden rules really will minimize the risks you have when investing, and they'll maximize your returns. You really need to make sure you understand those. If you haven't read it, go and get it on Amazon. It's available on audio as well. You can get it from Audible. Pick it up. It doesn't teach you everything about property, obviously, but it will inspire you and give you a whole range of things you can do within property. So look, if you like this video, why don't you subscribe to this channel, click on the bell icon as well so that when new videos come up, you're alerted to those. Please do pay some comments below. Let me know what you think. If you liked it, put a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, put a thumbs down. That's fine. I like to get feedback. I'm going to be sharing a lot more with you in these videos on a regular basis. So make sure you subscribe, click the bell button to make sure you get them. And as ever, I encourage you to invest with knowledge, invest with skill.